Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Spectrum. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Never done this before. Today I wanted to discuss with you guys Denfur. So, I know that a lot of people out there think that Denfur wasn't very good. I personally disagree. I'd like to share my experience with you. This is my first ever Furry convention, so it's extremely unbiased because I haven't really ever experienced anything like it. So, let's go and just start out with a disclaimer saying I did not stay at the Sheraton. So I don't know what your experience might have been like at the Sheraton. I know that people have rough experiences with the staff. We didn't have that experience. So if your rough experiences with the downtown Sheraton, not really fair for me to say that it was a perfect con, because I don't know. But in terms of actual con ops and the way that everything ran, it went really smoothly on my part. And we just stayed at a hotel a couple blocks away, just walked really easy. You may have noticed it's a brand new fursuit that I bought at Denfur. We're not going to talk about how much it was because it was a little hefty for my wallet. It was more than Spectrum. So this is Spectrum right here. And this guy is what I came with for the con. I was going to originally wear him for the whole con. There he is. And I did wear him for part of it because obviously I wanted to include him. Did not ever intend of leaving it with another fursuit, but lo and behold, I did. This one just caught my eye. It was just calling me, to be honest with you. So, that's Spectrum. This is Iris. Nice to meet you all. So, let's just go ahead and start right up with my experience. So, first of all, downtown Denver was a nightmare the first day. I couldn't figure out where to go. Parking is super expensive. That's just the type of stuff that I should have been prepared for that I wasn't prepared for. So, my bad on that one. Moving on, talking about the actual con itself. We'll talk about a few of the events that happened, what I chose to do and stuff, some of the stuff that I did. So, first of all, opening ceremonies went well. About what I expected, nothing super exciting or like jump out of your seat crazy. But, what I expected. So the first panel that we went to was the introduction to a fur con. Never been to one, so I felt like, hey, first time to furry convention, we'll go to that panel. Decent advice, talked about how furries can't see much, but I already knew that. I think this is a more helpful panel for people who don't have fursuits, because I know fursuit etiquette without going to that panel. So we actually left a little bit early from that one. Me and my friends went to a VR chat one. I believe this was with the creator of Foxes in Love. I didn't get much out of it. I mean, it was towards the end of it, so we didn't really get much out of it. I don't even play VR chat. I just went there with my friends. So that was alright. Next we went to how to make a duct tape dummy. That was actually extremely helpful, because I seriously thought that you wrapped duct tape around your bare skin, which sounds really painful. Luckily, they taught me that's not how you do it, so that was actually helpful for me. After that, we went to lunch. We went to Subway. Those poor there were 2 employees at the Subway. I kid you not. To deal with an entire furry convention, which, keep in mind, there's only a handful of restaurants around here. There's enough. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty. But those Subway workers, I didn't work at Subway. Those Subway workers were struggling, man. Then we went to the Magnificus with Atlas Elaine, another guest of honor. Really cool stuff he has going on there. I think, once again, we weren't there the whole time. The stuff that he did show was really awesome. Just miscellaneous dealers den, fursuit lounge, stuff like that. Met a lot of cool people, by the way. People that I didn't expect to meet, like Fluke, Tico, Protogens, Verplex, just to name a few. And there's others that I met that I'm just not thinking of right now. Really cool to see them. Didn't ever know that I would get to meet them someday. Then, Battle for the Dance Floor is what I should say. Really awesome. Super sweet skills these guys have. And also, just the encouragement for the dancers was really moving. It actually made me a little bit emotional, so I don't really get that outside of the FurCon. In my regular life, don't get too much support like that. So, even though I wasn't dancing, just the cheering and the applause for these dancers just really moved me a little bit. After that, we went to our hotel, ordered dinner, because why not? And then, there you go, first day. Great first day. A few hiccups in the road, definitely, because we wanted to go to the 3DS and Switch Meet, which was in a tower panel, and the naming of the floors was very confusing because on the con map it says B1 and B2, but in the hotel it's like mezzanine, lobby. It's really confusing. We could not find our way to it, so we just had to skip it, even though we went back to our hotel room just to get our Switch and 3DS. It was kind of annoying. So they definitely could do better on listing the other part of the hotel. Like the convention floor was fine, but the actual stuff in the tower part of the hotel, super confusing. Could not find where I was going the first time, and I know that I wasn't the only one who was confused. What did we do? Moving on to the next day, we did the fursuit lineup and parade. There was fursuit games. I could not get up early enough for that. I do not wake up that easily, unfortunately. Fursuit lineup was alright, 700 fursuit lineup isn't easy, so it got pretty hot because I'm not moving around. Honestly, it's easier for me to move around than just standing still in a fursuit head for some reason. Then we went to the parade, which it's super cool to see me in a parade. I never thought that I'd get to do that before. Definitely had a little speed in my step, like I was really outgoing, I felt like. Maybe not on like where the cameras were, because people started slowing down and I couldn't like be as joyful or as moving as much because I had to focus on what was in front of me. But really fun, glad I did that. Just a few panels to mention. We're in Uncommon Personas. This isn't uncommon, it's a Fennec Fox. But really cool to see all of these unique personas, really inspiring. Just super cool personas I never thought I got to see. Some of them were even made up, something that you don't see anywhere else because no one else has made them before. After that was the Colorado's meet and greet furries. Huge group. Huge group. Did not fit in the room that they intended. We actually ended up outside and took the picture. It ran a little short because I think they wanted to disperse the crowd from being on the sidewalk. But it was really cool because I live in Colorado, so got to meet and see a few friends of mine that I already knew. So that was positive. This screen keeps going weird. After that, we went to a simple course in making comics. Once again, a guest of honor. That was cool. My comic, I didn't like it. I just left it on the table, and said they can have it. They can throw it out. I don't care. So cool. I kind of want to make a few comics here and there. Not the best artist in the world, but I try. Really fun stuff. Even though my comic wasn't good. After that, we went to the dance competition. Once again, amazing skills, amazing excitement, amazing energy in that room. Actually fit the whole capacity of that room. It was really exciting, and I loved it. I loved every second of that. It was actually funny because I think that the person that won battle for the dance floor also won the dance competition. So that's actually kind of funny. Like the same person won both dance competitions. Really proves how great of a dancer they are. So there's that. Then we went to how to run a fur meet, which was alright. Good information to have. Kind of figured that we would go over some of the stuff that we went over, but once again, just getting new ideas, getting new inspirations, trying to figure out how can you run a good fur meet is a great question. So glad we went over that type of stuff. And after that, we went back to our hotel. That was Saturday. Sunday went a little bit slower because it's the last day. There's not as many panels going on. Spent a good amount of time in the dealer's den, artist gallery, all that good stuff. But the first thing we did when we got there was the TikTok recording panel. Haven't had much of an opportunity to make TikToks with multiple people. It's just really difficult to find more than one person. And making TikToks by yourself can be really difficult as well. So really good, we made about 4 of them. What comes after 1, 2, what comes after 2, 3, what comes after 3, 4? After that, we actually stayed in the same room for Nerf Wars. Didn't stay for the full thing. We did the first 3 minutes. It was alright. Nerf War. I'm not necessarily into Nerf guns or all that, so that was fine. And then after that was the charity auction. Really fun, really engaging. I didn't bid on anything because I already spent all my money on this guy right here. But yeah, it was really cool to see all of the money go to a good cause. And we had closing ceremonies, which is basic as it can get. It's closing ceremonies well as needed. They addressed the issues with the hotel, which I thought was good. Like I said, I did not encounter any of those issues with the hotel. Just was not my problem, and I shouldn't speak on the issues with the hotel. There was something, I tell you what, there was something I can't remember. I personally felt that the staff ran the events really well, ran the panels really well, even though there were a few hiccups as per usual, I would guess. It was a good con, in my opinion. A few things I bought in the dealer's den. Bought some fursuit spray, which is right over here. So there's some fursuit spray. Obviously, I bought fursuit. Really happy about that. And on the picture on your screen, I bought a sign for my door, especially for my sister. Shout out to her. And behind me, I bought this Colorado furry flag. So if you can't see that, I don't know what you can see if you can't see that. A few other things to note. People were saying that the convention smells. I didn't notice it except for in the fursuit lounges, which makes sense because that's where all the reek comes out. I don't know exactly what you're expecting from the furry convention. It's going to smell. It didn't smell that bad, honestly. To me. Maybe, but I apparently can't smell, so. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed that. Consider subscribing. It's my first full video on this channel, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm hoping to make more content in the future on all things furry, on all things spectrum, on all things iris. So I hope you guys have a great morning, evening, night, wherever you guys are. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.